Hello, gay men. Welcome to Coming Inside Out. I'm your co-host, John.
I'm Brian.
And hi, Brian. How you doing?
I'm doing all right, John. Always good to see you.
Always good to see you, too.
Been a couple weeks.
It has been a couple weeks, and I'm wearing my Dodger shirt.
Yes. All right.
Now, I know this is going to drop afterwards. We'll know who won the World Series. But right now, as the taping of this is the second game here in Los Angeles.
Yes.
And the series is 2-0. So LA's ahead of the Yankees.
Yes.
And so it's been, I'm telling you, man, watching that and looking at some of the asses on some of these baseball players, I'm telling you, I don't know their names. I'm starting to learn their names, but man, and that's the whole thing. Before I came out, I would watch sports. Now I'm not a diehard sports fan. I don't know.
Well, you played football,
but I played football, yeah. And then after that, I'm like, ugh, I'm tired of it. But I do follow some sports, and before I really, came out to myself, I was just watching as a spectator.
Yes.
But
as a sports enthusiast.
Right. But now I'm watching as a spectator, but then also as kind of a cruiser.
Yes.
That I'm like, wow, there's this one Yankee player, when he gets up to bat, he's got a big O ass.
Yeah.
So congratulations. Congratulations to your ass, and congratulations to the Dodgers. We're very happy.
Yeah, if you want to see some great asses and legs, rugby.
Yeah.
I was never a rugby fan, but let me tell you, I'll watch rugby. Well, speaking of the Dodger game, I will share something kind of funny with you. I was watching the Dodger games at home, and I've told you that I get kind of lonely at home, mm-hmm. So I decided on, Friday night, the first game of the World Series, I was going to go somewhere. But I didn't want to go to like a regular bar in my town because I know everybody, and I thought, I'm going to go to a gay bar and watch the Dodger game. So I thought, okay, what are the really two gay bars that I could go to? It was the Eagle or the Bullet.
The Bullet in Burbank, yeah.
The Bullet in Burbank, I don't know. It's a bit much for me, but I decided I'm just going to drive to Burbank. I'm going to watch the game. I called over there. They were playing the game. I'm like, all right, I'm going to go over there. Mm-hmm. I get over there. They have outside, they have the big screens, and it's hardcore pornography.
Yes.
Dodger game. Yes. Hardcore pornography. Yes. Dodger game. Hardcore pornography. And it's like every other screen. So it was great to watch the game, and then during all the breaks, you're just watching like
porn.
Hardcore porn.
That's so funny.
You know what? And it was like a really normal crowd because of that, which I appreciate. So I think I'll go watch a couple more games there.
I'm telling you, I love watching the games there. It's so funny because when I was in my therapy group of men, we were talking, and I had just stumbled upon the Bullet and was watching a football game, and I'm at the bar, and I gave them the exact same scenario you did. Yeah. They have two TVs at the bar. One has the game on, and one has hardcore porn, and it was just, okay, this is great.
Yeah. And the porn there is not like free internet computer porn from home or hotel porn.
Yeah.
This is like paid for.
But do they show I can't remember. They show everything on there?
They show freaking everything.
Well, is it the Eagle that doesn't show? One of them just didn't show.
Maybe the Eagle doesn't. Well, you know what? I haven't been to a bunch of gay places, but definitely the Bullet's porn is
full on
compared to anybody else's porn.
So if you're looking for a place to go watch the game with your family and your children, go to the Bullet.
Where in Burbank, California. Yeah. Oh my God.
Oh God. So what else is happening?
I wanted to mention a couple things to our listeners. We're now on X. You can watch our podcast or listen to it on X. Do you call that Twitter?
Well, it used to be Twitter. Now it's X.
I don't know anything about it. I just created an account so I could download it. I could track the impressions and the downloads, so that's already been taking off. Mm-hmm. And then I thought we would take a minute to promote our Facebook page. We really don't talk about that on here. Yeah. I think we have like 80, 90 people that have joined that group. Okay. But somebody wrote into us, somebody asked to be added to the group. Oh, yeah. And I added them to the group, and here, you can read mine. They posted this on our Facebook group. So if you want to join it, it's coming inside out. It's on Facebook. It's a private group. So he says, thanks for the ad. A close friend of mine shared your podcast with me, and I love it. I'm very new to the coming out journey and appreciate hearing your stories. This is great. And then one of the members of the coming out, he said, glad you connected with these two wonderful guys. Oh, that's sweet. I hope you find their podcast as informative and as helpful as I have. You may be new to the coming out journey, but I think you will find that it is the journey of a lifetime. Life is amazing when you are honest with yourself. Yes. Well, that's, I'm 100% agree with that. Good. Yes. Well, thank you for that. What else we got going on? So I thought we would take a couple minutes to provide some resources to both our younger listeners and our older listeners. I like that. Yeah. A couple weeks ago, we dropped a podcast on a Friday, which isn't the best day to drop a podcast, but we had a guest on. If you hadn't seen it, you can go back and watch it. And that's Debbie. So if you haven't watched that or listened to it, it is about her son coming out. Yes, and her, as a teen. To her, and he was a teen, and it was such a sweet, sweet story. Actually, I listened to that podcast the other day when I was walking. We dropped it on a Friday, which isn't the best day to drop it, and unfortunately, it didn't get a lot of traction. So I think at some point in time, we'll redrop it on a Tuesday when we normally drop the podcast. Hasn't gotten that much traction, but we've ran our demographics. We do have younger listeners listening to the podcast, and I thought it was important that, if you're a teen and you're struggling with your sexuality, doing my research, because I'm brand new to most of this myself, so you may already know this. There's the Trevor Project, and it's the trevorproject.org. And it is the leading suicide prevention and crisis and intervention nonprofit organization for the LGBTQ younger community. Mm-hmm. They have you can go on their website, the trevorproject.org. Mm-hmm. They have a hotline that you can call into, and they also have a text line that you can go into. I will put all that information in the details of our podcast. Also, if you are somebody who's looking to give back to the LGBT community, you can become a volunteer. They have volunteer positions through that site, and they also have employment positions on that site. One of the things they post or advertise on there is one accepting adult decreases the risk of suicide by 40% for an LGBTQ younger person. Wow, 40%. 40%. So, we're trying to give, and we're trying to make a difference, and this is a way that one can make a difference. And I hope some straight parents are listening to our podcast. Yes, absolutely. Which would help them. They call them allies. Good. Yeah, that's what a straight person the gay community is called an ally. I learned that. You know what an ally is? An ally? Yeah. Yes. Okay. Why? No, is it something sexual too? No. I thought maybe. Okay. No, you're but I see what you're saying. An ally. Yeah. I know you know what an ally is. Hey, but we're not all just going to help the youth. We're also going to help the granddaddies too. Yes. So you also researched this. So for granddaddies, Life for Gay Men 55 and over, there is a website. Granddaddy.life is a vibrant community hub celebrating the wisdom, vitality, and unique identity of older gay men, offering resources, connections, and inspiration to enrich their golden years. Yeah, and that's 55 plus. So,
right.
it's granddaddy. But
maybe in 20 years I could look into that. Yeah, since I'm, what,
I
35?
actually qualified this year. So
Yeah.
I went on the website, I checked it out. I thought this is perfect. We get some listeners that are writing in from Oklahoma, from places where there are not, vibrant gay hubs.
Right.
And this could potentially be something you could go on there and you can get support. You could find people in your community.
Yeah.
But I thought that was a good.
I do too. I think it's great. Yeah. And that kind of leads me into the LGBTQ Center here in Los Angeles.
Yes.
So, I think we had mentioned this before. I mentioned it before. They have a program of when you're coming out to go over there, and it's like, I think it's a 2-month course or just a 2-month. I don't know if it's called course or what, but I did it many, many years ago, and it was such a great resource for me to go to. And I think with people that are in rural areas, you don't have that resource to just drive down the street and go to it. I met with one of the employees there, and we're going to be going over there and talking to them to see what resources are out there to really be able to share with all of you. If you're living in these outsourced communities, is there a Zoom link or is there a Zoom call that you can get on and do this? Because again, if you're out there and you're battling with this, and again, you don't need to have your face on the Zoom group, but at least it's going to help and advise you of what you can do.
Yes,
and it was great.
Support.
Yeah,
and that's for young. That's for any age.
Well, that's for any age. Absolutely, that's for any age to do that. But it's also a good resource to if you can go into the big city, see what they have as well. But we're going to do a tour over there, and then we'll come back with more information on that. But it's amazing. It's complex. This place has.
I know.
They have a retirement community there. So if you're, older gay person, you can go there and live.
I thought they shuttle you there for the day like a senior center.
No. It's a living facility.
Okay.
It's across the street from what's called the Village. The Village, they have a theater there. That's good. They have all these rooms for resources and such. That's the Village, and it's really beautiful. We'll go out. We'll get some shots of it.
I'm going to go there and pick up my room.
Go get on the list.
Get on the list.
Go get on the list. But I love that there's a community for elderly gay people to go and have an independent living, or
yes,
a nursing home.
Well, I printed these statistics, and it says 50% of people are not out at work.
Yes,
not everywhere.
Yeah.
But 50% of people that have come out are not out at work.
Mm-hmm.
76% of youth are bullied in school. This is all this is off the LGBT.
76% of LGBT youth are bullied at school.
I was one of those people.
You were one of
those people. And then 45% of LGBTQ people have had a negative experience with a healthcare provider. I already shared that on here. I had a negative experience with my healthcare provider.
Did you? What happened?
My therapist. That was our bad therapist episode. Right. I came out to the very first person I came out to was a therapist, and I wanted to punch him in the face. But I didn't.
Wait, we never talked about
this. We did. It's actually an episode, isn't it?
Well, wait a minute. Did I tell you about what the guy told? No, maybe I did.
What did he say?
I went to a therapist.
You're a raging homosexual.
No. I was telling him. I was married.
Oh, yes, you did. This is the same episode we shared. The same episode? We both shared our
Well, if you didn't hear that episode,
yes.
it was. See, I went to a therapist because I'm like, oh my God, what's going on? And I was talking to him about this, and he advised me, don't tell her. Just keep, if you're going to hook up, go hook up, and don't. And, that, I think that's what prevented me to be true to who I am.
You think you would have? Well, you never know. You can't say I would have, I wouldn't have. But you, or in your mind, you're thinking that if you had gone there and he had been more direct and straightforward with you, that you would have taken the initiative to come out on your own terms rather than the way that it unraveled.
Yeah. I think if he would have guided me And look, that could be on me too. Well, that was the whole thing. He wasn't the right one for me, and that's my position to say thank you. I'm moving on to someone else. But I just thought it was crazy. I mean, I believe me, I did move on, but he just gave me the advice. But yeah, you had a very bad experience.
Mine was terrible. I mean, because I had lived such a closeted life, and every day waking up that someone was gonna find me out, and I had to just I actually I for 26 years I wore a suit to work, and later on I said that was my suit of armor, that was my protection. I was impeccably dressed, and I did that to deflect so people wouldn't see me. They would see what I was presenting. Right. So it was my shield. Yeah. And so then to go to that therapist, I was just
That's interesting though, about the 50% of gay people that are not out of it.
Yeah. Well, we know some of them.
We do know
some of the guys that are. And
what was his reasoning? Do you remember?
Whose reasoning?
I don't want to say their name.
Oh, why they weren't going to come out at work?
Yeah.
Well, a lot of people don't come out for a lot of reasons.
I can't remember what it was.
I think that people don't want to come out because, I don't know, they have a ton of reasons. Write in and tell us why you haven't come out at work. Coming inside out at gmail.com.
Well, and that's the thing. They may not have come out at all.
Yeah.
And that's why they're not. But I think what the statistic is here is people that have come out.
Oh, they're out as gay.
They're out as gay, but they're not out as gay at work. And so why is that? Yeah. And look, I held for a long time not telling people in my office about that. I think it's natural. I think it's a natural process that we go through, and then you start. And then look, when I did, it was so welcoming, and it was fine.
We talk about this coming out is it's never ending. It's always evolving, because you come out to 10 people in your office, but and then you're out at work, but then you get a new client, and then are you coming out to that client? And then you get another client, and are you coming out to that? You have to make that decision every time. Yeah. I had a client that was extremely religious that I found out before, because they asked me in interviewing me, would you be willing to pray with us? And I thought, okay, this is...
How much was the commission? Depends on how much that commission is.
I find myself to have a broad spectrum as far as
religion.
Well, just about my acceptability with a lot of things. And if someone wants to sit there and have me pray with them, and they say the word God, 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 in my head I'm thinking universe, universe, universe. Right. I can still sit with somebody and pray, and I can have whatever they're saying still relate to me. I don't need to be defensive or have, create friction.
You know what? You bring up a very, very good point here. And I do pray, but I also visualize. I also, what else do we do?
Yeah, I visualize.
I write down what I want to manifest. I manifest. I journal. I pray. And, if you were to take, with me, if I was to take, dear God, if I take dear God out and I start listening to the prayers that I'm saying, it's kind of affirmations.
Yes.
And it's interesting, because I'm thinking, oh my gosh, what if there is no God, but what we're praying to is more of because I prayed to God and he helped us do this, and I prayed to God and he helped us do that. Was it praying to God, or was it that you were manifesting what you wanted to happen, and it did happen through prayer?
My theory on this is, because I remove the word God and I say, dear universe, angels, and guides of the highest compassion. That's how I start prayer. I think you put a vibration out there to the universe.
Yeah.
So you're praying to God, you're praying to this, you're praying to that, whatever. You're creating a mindset that is a magnet to what you want.
To what you want.
That's my belief. I know a lot of other people feel very differently, but that's when I'm praying, I'm energetically putting myself in a vibration to magnetically attract what I want to come back to me.
Got it. Yeah. Yeah.
So I can listen to somebody use the word God. I can, I go to a church and sit there and not be offended. Obviously there's offensive things that could happen. Right. But I can go to church and do that. So.
Yeah, so I just thought that was interesting that I'm like, okay, because I segregate, my prayer and then my manifestation and then all the other stuff.
Oh, okay. I put it all together.
Yeah. Well, you know why I don't? I'm like, I don't want to disrespect God. In a way, I know that sounds weird, but it's but then I rationalize. I'm like, wait a minute, this is all part of who I am and what I'm wanting and what I need, and I am praying to God, to a God, and I don't know. It gets very interesting.
Yes,
it's very interesting.
Wow. Well, that kind of takes the track.
Yeah, let's move on somewhere.
Coming out at work.
God, help me come out at work.
Yes.
Dear God,
don't
let them be all assholes.
I'm gonna get down on my knees at work. Somebody, please come in my office and help me come out.
I thought you were going to say come somewhere else.
Exactly. Oh my God! All right, John. I don't know.
Why do you think they have those convention booths in the?
It's so funny. Listen, I'm going to continue. We got some good responses to this, so I'm going to keep the good times rolling.
Let's do it.
And I'm going to do a little trivia time with John.
Oh God!
If you didn't,
how dumb is John? That's the fucking segment should be called.
This is all LGBTQ. We gotta abbreviate that because I get tongue tied every time I say it.
I know.
These are a couple episodes ago we did trivia time. I think I gave you about 10 or 15 questions of trivia.
Yeah.
But here we go.
Lay moment.
In what year was the rainbow flag created?
Interesting. What year?
Yes.
I would say in the 80s.
It was created in 1978 by Gilbert Baker.
He created it, but he didn't present it until 1980.
No, that's not true either.
All right.
How many colors were in the original Pride flag from 1978?
6.
8.
Plus 2.
6 plus 2. Yes, yeah. Now he's getting. Now he's getting. Okay, and this is my own little bit of humor on that. In the original 8, hot pink was one of the colors.
Oh.
And there were 2 colors for blue. There was turquoise and indigo.
Of course.
So they got rid of the pink and they changed the turquoise and indigo into blue. But the pink represented sex and the turquoise represented magic. So the way I see this, they removed sex and magic
out of the
flag. I don't know. I think they need to put the sex and magic back in.
Yeah.
In what year did LGBT History Month begin in the United States?
It hasn't happened yet.
Crystal ball.
Unfortunately, no.
In what year did LGBT History Month begin in the United States?
98.
94. You're getting there, John. You're getting there. All right.
I was going to say 92.
All right. Well, then you would have been right in between.
I wasn't close.
And sandwiched in between. So when I use the word homosexuality, it also refers to sodomy.
Okay.
But what U.S. state was the first to decriminalize homosexuality? Okay.
I'm going to go on you know what? It's either a West Coast or an East Coast. It's crazy. I'm gonna say California.
Okay, it's Illinois.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes. In what year did Illinois decriminalize homosexuality? What year was that, John?
91.
1961. It was no longer a crime to engage in sodomy or homosexuality in the state of Illinois in 1961. This is sad. In what year was homosexuality decriminalized nationwide?
And you said it's sad, so telling me it's sad means that it was later than 1961. Of course, makes sense. Two, 2000.
2003. And there are a shit ton of states that decriminalized it in 2000.
Oh, okay. See, Texas, I thought Texas was still there. But so all the United States.
Well, and this, like I said, includes the act of sodomy, which the definition of homosexuality involves the act of sodomy. So these are the states that occurred in.
And for people that don't know what sodomy is, why don't you explain that?
Well, sodomy is really anal sex.
Right.
I mean, sodomy includes, it could include an animal. We're not including an animal because, we're homosexuals, but we're not animals.
Yeah, so sodomy, yeah. So, but, yeah.
So,
and then here comes the sides.
And here,
right.
This could have been
a side, not
would not have been committing a crime.
You wouldn't have been committing a crime if you were a side, which they didn't have them back. Well, they did. They probably were doing. Do you know what the definition of a side is?
So I thought there was a top and a bottom and verse.
No, they
don't. But now there's a side.
No, it's no anal.
Oh, side doesn't do anal at all.
No, at least that's my understanding. And it's more of just, oral, playing around, everything else. I think it's everything else.
All right. Oh, wow. Well, I'm good. That you speaking of side, that kind of leads me to a topic I was going to talk about. I'm on Scruff and Grinder. I'm probably more of a tease.
What are those?
I'm more of a tease than anything else because I know that those are really hookup sites. Mm-hmm. And I'm not a hookup person, but I changed my profile. My profile now states, that I'm hosting a podcast, and I put the name of the podcast on there. Oh. And I've had some really nice responses. I may have to print my Scruff and Grinder responses as well as like the people that write into us. Some of the people,
if you're gonna do that, you gotta bring everything. Don't cherry pick.
No,
we want to.
God, I delete most of it, but I've gotten some really nice response. Oh, I just listened to episode number 5. Oh, I just listened to this or whatever like that.
I love
and it was like,
I love
so that. Because you're not on these sites. I mean, there's a lot of blank profiles. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of closeted married men on there. So.
There's so many married men on. Sniffies is another. Well, Sniffies, there's a lot.
And if you don't know what Sniffies
are you on Sniffies?
Yes. Well, so Sniffies, I'm, what do you call that? A anonymous cruiser? Is that what it's called? Sniffies is different than Scruff and Grinder. Scruff and Grinder, you have to download an app that lives on your phone, that lives on your electronic device, whatever. Unless you have a Mac, you can't download it to your computer. So those are hookup apps. But Scruffies is a website.
Yeah, it's web-based.
Type in scruffies.com, I think is what it is. You go on there, and I guess I'm not encouraging people to use it, but if you want to see who's sniffing around in your neighborhood, scruffies.com, you go on there as an anonymous user. You can at least see what's happening in your neighborhood and then delete your browser history.
Is that,
right?
Yeah.
I mean, I found out all this after I came out, so I don't need to delete my browser history. But if you were, if you needed to experience gayness, I guess that's a way to get you in the door.
So to speak.
Maybe not your foot, but you can be praying in the parking lot at a hookup site or whatever.
Wait, what got us on that? Oh, yeah. So you put your profile, you put coming in, sign out on your profile of Grinder and Grinder and
Scruff. Mm-hmm. And also I'm on a dating profile, or I have a dating profile on a app. Mm-hmm. And I put it on there also. And I've gotten some nice responses. You know, you still get the dick pics and the ass pics and all that other shit, but there's some authenticity on there. And I thought, wow, that's really nice that these men are like reaching out. You know,
Yeah.
we're not going to get anything out of it, but at least they.
Well, you never know. You know, I was chatting with a guy on Sniffies the other night, and he was talking about he goes, yeah, I just got through hooking up with this married guy. I go, to a man or a woman? He goes, oh, to a woman. I said, oh wow. I go, God. And I said, you know, I was actually married to a woman. I came out 8 years ago. He goes, you did. I go, yeah. I go, I even co-started a podcast of Coming Inside Out. He goes, dude, that is so awesome. So it went from us trying to hook up to more of like, wow, what a great thing you did. And
intimacy, conversation, connection.
See, you can still get that on Sniffies, but yeah, it was he was just like, man, he goes, that's so cool of you to do that. Or
you can play it in the background as you guys are, whatever.
We did.
You can hold your phone down so you could see it.
We had a lot of the same qualities, so that's why we did. Yeah, we had a lot of the same qualities.
Okay, you're like, what do they call it? Moon bouncing. It's to like, I don't know what your
moon bouncing. What the fuck is moon bouncing?
Isn't that what they
bumping your butt?
Is that what they call two bottoms?
I don't know, but that's
I thought that's what it was. Okay, you're not compatible because you would moon bounce.
No, now you're trying to see what I am, if I'm a top or a bottom.
I'm not saying
that's exactly what you.
Well,
I know you cleverness.
So I thought that, So I'm on, these apps or whatever like that, and I know that people want a lot more than I'm willing to offer, but because I want a connection with somebody.
Sure.
People usually get tired of texting me after about, 20, 30 minutes and whatever, and get frustrated. But,
right. Well, we got to talk about what's coming up next week. Where are we
going to be, this episode's already going to drop, so our Pride episode is going to be the second week of November.
But we're not dropping before. No, we're dropping after Pride.
Our listeners will be hearing this after we've been at Pride already.
Got it. But we're going.
We're going.
We've already been. We're back now.
The T-shirts have been dropped off. They're ready for everybody to put their T-shirts on and march in the parade. There was a post yesterday about needing a vehicle. They want, all my vintage cars and all my convertibles are garaged right now. But he said maybe a pickup truck. And Big John over here, he came from Texas. He drives a big old burly pickup
I do.
truck.
I love my truck. I love it.
So maybe John's truck is going to be in the Pride Parade.
Really? My
truck? You could put
gay truck.
You could put like a plastic lining in the back of it.
I already have a lining.
But it could do like Diddy baby oil, and you could have like wrestling in the back of your truck as we go down the parade route.
So we're not marching now? We're
marching. Everybody's marching, but I'm
gonna be a fucking chauffeur?
No.
I can't walk out. No, John, stay in your truck.
Any of the 85-year-olds that want to be in the parade, they can't. No, I'm not saying that you are bringing your truck, but I'm.
What do they need the truck for?
I don't know.
You mean it's not in the parade?
Well, like to follow along. I don't know, to scoop up horse shit. I don't know. Are there horses in the parade?
Some horse hung.
Some hung horses.
Horse hung guy. So I have no idea. We'll
be there.
We'll talk. We'll be there, and if you're going out there, you went out there. It's good to meet you.
Well, I'm going to bring this equipment, and if at any point in time you and I are able to do something, maybe we'll just drop some phone clips of us, and we can post those on here also.
I'm going to bring some equipment too.
You're going to bring some equipment, yeah. I'm bringing some short.
You got your little booty shorts.
I'm gonna bring my booty shorts. Is what I'm taking with me.
It's true because everyone wears booty shorts. And I haven't been to a pride parade in a very, very long time.
All right.
And when we talked about this, I think the last pride parade I went to was when what's her face was in it. And I jumped in her car.
Told me Angelina Joe.
No, not Angelina. What was it?
What the heck's her name?
Oh shit,
Ashley.
What was her name? No,
the blonde,
the big blonde. She was a guest, and she was from Playboy.
What was her name?
I just had
Smith. Nicole Smith.
Nicole something Smith.
What was her first name?
Anna Nicole Smith. Anna Nicole Smith. Yeah. Because I was so fucked up. I mean, this was years ago.
She's been dead for 10, 15 years.
Yeah, this was probably like 25 years ago with some friends in my apartment building. This gay guy, and sure, I'll go. And we all dressed up the same. We went down there. It was fun. We were drinking, and then I just ran out into the parade, and I jumped into her convertible. And hey, honey, she was so sweet. She was
maybe if you drive your truck, some hot stud's gonna jump in your pickup truck at Palm Springs,
and then we'll run everybody over to get out of there.
You're gonna put on your hazard light and put your sunscreen up in the window. Oh, that's too funny. Well, we're over 30 minutes, but do you like Daniel Craig? He used to be the James Bond guy.
Yeah, he's such in great shape. He's good shape.
He's in great. Well, that's what I like about him. Yeah. He's in a new movie that's gonna come out. It's called Queer, and it will arrive in time for the holidays. It's a gay romance movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Who's in it with him? He's got to have.
Well, just him. I don't know who else is in it. But I looked him up. He was born 1968. So, we joke about me pitching myself that I've been trying to find a partner for 30 episodes.
Yeah.
He born in 1968, so he's right in my range.
Yeah, he's 56.
He's 5'10", too, which is in my height range, too.
He's 5'10"?
He's 5'10". Well, maybe he's lying. Maybe that's with shoes on. I don't know. But he's married. Unfortunately. I don't know who he's married.
A lady?
A woman, and then I stopped.
Woman?
I don't even care. So I thought I would mention that because, I liked him in James Bond movies. I know he got a bunch of shit, I guess, for when he did those.
Well, wait a minute. And that was the whole thing. I think that's why I liked him. Was it him? Because he got into a romantic relationship, not just fucking all the girls. Like all the old Bonds, it's like, fuck him and leave him, fuck him and leave him. But was he?
Oh, yes, he did. Yes.
I think, was he the first Bond that really had a romantic connection with a woman? And
Nightfall
I don't remember. I gotta look at those.
Adele sang a song for that. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And then before we go, for the trans community, the first openly trans lawyer is going to be presenting to the Supreme Court in December. His name is Chase Strangino.
Okay.
So
go Chase. Go
Chase.
Chase him.
I will be following you to find out how the verdict is in that one. But it's all about he's presenting to the Supreme Court on transgender rights for our country.
We'll go.
So I think that's great to promote as well.
Yeah.
All right, John. Do you have anything else you want to bring up?
I think that's it. We'll keep going.
We'll be in Palm Springs very soon. Mm-hmm. So over and out from Hancock Park.
Yeah, take care, guys.
Oh, wait.
What?
And we're both realtors.
That's right. This episode is brought to you by Hancock Homes Realty, where your cock is in good hands at Hancock Homes.
I love that.
Give us a call. Seriously, if you know anybody buying, selling, or investing in the LA area, we will take care of them.
They don't just have to be in the LA area. You could need a referral to buy a house in Maine.
Right.
And we can refer you to an agent.
We have a great network of agents that we do refer back and forth to. We can find you a great agent. We can find you a gay agent if you want it. We can find you whatever type of agent you want. but definitely let us know.
And if you want us to look at property for you in Palm Springs and you live in Boston, we'd be happy to go down to Palm Springs and tour properties for you.
Yeah.
We FaceTime you in video.
Keyword is going down from
going
what Brian
down
said.
to
So
Palm Springs.
yeah, going down in Palm Springs or going down to Palm Springs?
To Palm Springs and Palm Springs. Well, I'm sure you're going to do both. cominginsideout@gmail.com. Thank you guys so much.
Thanks. Take care. Love each other.
Yes.
Bye. You want to do promotions?
Oh, you want to do promotion?
Yeah.
All right. What are we going to say? If we got to be, like you're watching a TikTok video.
Yeah.
You have 10 seconds to grab something.
Here we go. Ready? Hey, boys and girls, everybody here. John Derler and
Brian James.
We are here for Coming Inside Out. We're a new podcast. Okay. Hi, everyone. John here.
Brian.
We are with Coming Inside Out. Watch us, listen to us, and spread the word.
Yes.
Hey, everyone. I'm John.
Brian.
We are with Coming Inside Out, and we are a podcast that is talking about coming out. If you're married to a woman, if you're not, if you're just trying to come out, you're young, middle age, older, listen to it.
Hey, everybody. This is Brian and John with Coming Inside Out. We are an LGBTQ podcast.
Go again.
One more. You go. You go.
Are you attracted to men? Do you get turned on by men and you are a man? Well, welcome to Coming Inside Out.
All right. We'll use that one. All right.
Are you a woman? Are you attracted to another woman? Are you a lesbian? Listen to us, Coming Inside Out.
We can relate.
We can relate.
All right.
Oh, it's good. You can have fun with that.
It's too funny.